We are live on Shaggy TV here at Lernerville Speedway for the Dirty Dozen Hometown Series. And man, it's going to be a good one. Don't adjust your screens there. You see how black that track is. Well, tonight, they're going to start the features at 100%. And I say features, so we're going to run one here in the late models, and then we're going to get out the little 4-cylinders here, and we're going to run some hobby stocks as well. So it's going to be a good night here at the Lernerville Speedway. And right now that 9 of William Hess, he's currently at the top of the charts here. He's always quick no matter what we run, that 9 machine. And I imagine going to see a little bit more of the same here this evening is William Hess. He is always quick. You see, you know, not a lot of drivers flirting with that way outside cushion. I mean, they are in 3 and 4. You see a little bit of tack there where drivers enter the track. You can see it's not real shiny right up against the outside wall there on exit. So drivers will try to, you know, flirt with that outside wall coming off a 4. Really try to get as much grip as they can here. And you see here on the entry to turn 3, not much, you know, not really anything to play around with on entry. So you got to float it in a little lower. If you drive it in too high up top, you're oh, this is Michael Lonis, man. He's Ramsey's way on the field. He's ready to get back out here and get some laps in at, well, we're used to him being in the 5, but we see it's in a 0 now, and I think it says easy money on the side of it, so we might have to start calling him easy money. I can't read what's in that 0. I was trying, but man, Shaggy needs a new pair of glasses here. But if you're out there watching, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss the show. We appreciate it here. As business has been booming here on Shaggy TV. Been doing a lot of broadcasting. Definitely enjoy it. Nice release here, and you get to watch some good racing. And right now, who was that climbing the cushion? I believe it said 20. Oh, 21. There we go. Blackjack. New paint job this week for Blackjack. I almost didn't recognize him here. He's fishtailing a little bit, that rear end, getting a little sideways here in that 21. And actually, well, Shaggy had a new moment here. I guess I could get away with calling him Blackjack, but that isn't Justin Brown. That's Justin Robinson. I always call Justin Brown Blackjack. So, yeah, I can't go doing that. My apologies, Justin, but call you Blackjack squared. I think I see a small little 2 on the side of that thing, but man, oh man, I tried to go away, or tried to go and give away Justin Brown's nickname here. That wouldn't have been very cool. This old Scooby-Doo here, Brian Warner Jr., currently running around P6th here. Is going to send it in one final time as the checkered flag's out. Go have some fun, tear it up here. And, well, we should get ready, I believe, to roll into qualifying here, as we'll see who the first car is out on the track tonight. Looks like it's going to be that 038 of Tyler Frankenberry. So let's see here. And then he jumps the cushion there in 1 and 2. So now it's going to be, let's see. Yeah, Spencer Green. You see they're almost irreplaceable right on the same spot. He's going to be the first to the line. So we'll give lap number 1 to Spencer here. Let's follow around that 14 machine. As he blinks a little bit, and you got to wonder, is it going to be enough here to give him a invalid lap? Anyone who iRaces knows that that blinking, that could be bad. He may have kissed the wall there too, so I might have done him in, as Tyler Frankenberry was P1 there just for a minute, but Dustin Reagan In the double three, he takes it, but not for long. Easy money in this zero machine. Michael Lonis moves to the top of the charts here. Let's see if he can improve on his final lap. Almost steps over that cushion in 1 and 2. Not going to improve here. Oh, and that's right. These guys do 3 laps. That's right. I said final lap. They do 3. They don't do 2. So Michael Lonis here, 1 more trip around. See if he can improve. Runs the bottom here through 3 and 4. Let's pay attention to that bottom bar. Yellow, yellow. That ain't good. That means he's not improving. But Brian Warner Jr., he moves up to P2. Yellow here, sector 1. He's going to slow down, I'd imagine. We'll see if he picks up time. Did pick up time in sector 2, but overall just slower sector 1. Not going to be enough to move on up. But Brian Warner Jr., Scooby-Doo, P2 for the moment as Brock Mosky rolls around here. Let's see what the 3 car can do. Brock Mosky dedicated to that middle line right now. You see the rear end almost steps out on him. Yellow, yellow, not going to improve here. Lap number 2. Let's see lap number 3. His final lap for Brock Mosky. Let's see when that rolls across the bottom. Slower in sector 1, slower in sector 2. Brock is not going to improve, and he's going to stay P6. But meanwhile, Justin Robinson, he moves up to P2, almost jumps the cushion in 3 and 4. Going to slow down on his 3rd and final lap. Is William Hess coming around. This is his final time through 3 and 4. William Hess isn't going to improve. Robbie Milburn, the last car yet to qualify as he rolls through 3 and 4. This will be his first lap. Where does this put Robbie Milburn here? May have just kissed the wall there somewhere on that opening lap. Didn't want to give him any credit for one. Let's see what he gets this time. Purple through sector 2. Robbie Milburn moves the P2. Close here, but still 2/10 off on Michael Lonis. He's got a lot of time he needs to find here in sector 1. Let's see. Final time around for Robbie Milburn. Runs the bottom through 1 and 2. Let's pay attention. Green on the bottom. He does improve in sector 1. Let's see what he does in sector 2 here. Yellow. Is he going to improve his overall lap? No, he's not. Robbie Milburn going to stay P2. And Scooby-Doo in the 57 still out here putting down laps. He's going to roll in P6, though. None of these laps are counting. He's just out here getting in some practice in that 57 machine. As once again, if you're just tuning in after the late models this evening, we will be running a 4-cylinder hobby stock race, so make sure to stick around for that. And, you know, like I said, that the track is black. We're running at 100% wear tonight, so all about throttle control this evening at Lernerville Speedway. These guys are gonna have their hands full here tonight, that's for sure. And I was anxious to do this. Normally when I hop on board with guys out here running extra laps, they pull off. We'll see how long this lasts, and maybe we can get a cam here, just see how they got to back it down to run the bottom here in 3 and 4. He trims the grass a little bit. The maintenance crew will appreciate that. They won't have to trim that here this week. As the checkered flag comes out here on the qualifying session, and we'll get ready to roll off into tonight's feature event. I do believe, no heats here this hometown night, just qualifying straight into the features here. And see if we can take a look here at this starting grid for tonight's Hometown Series Pro Late Models feature here at Lernerville Speedway. Starting on the pole, the 0 of Easy Money, Michael Lonis, and to his outside in the 80, Robbie Milburn. Justin Robinson in the 21 to the inside of row number 2, and to his outside in the 13, Mason Dangerfield. William Hess to the inside of row number 3, into his outside in the 57, Scooby-Doo, Brian Warner Jr. Brock Mosky in the 3 to the inside of row number 4, into his outside in the 14, Spencer Green. DJ Miller in the 185 rolls off on the inside of row number 5, into his outside in the double 3, Dustin Reagan. Rounding out the field in row number 6, Tyler Frankenberry in that 038 to the inside, and in that 42 machine rounding out the field this evening, Zach Dickey. As we get ready to roll to the green flag here, should go around one more time. Shaggy's going to mute this, and man, I got a tickle in my nose. We're going to blow our nose here real quick before we get ready to roll. As we roll through the field here, let's find who do we want to keep our eye on? Who's the driver that we think is going to win this thing? You know, I'm almost Michael Lonis's bad luck charm. He has a tough time winning whenever I'm in the booth, poor guy. And starting on the front row, this could be the night, but Mike, I'm not going to be the guy to jinx you. I'm going to pick the 80 of Robbie Milburn. I like that outside starting spot, and Robbie Milburn, man, he's been the real deal in all these races this year. But the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. 30 trips around the sun. Let's go play in the clay at Lernerville Speedway. Michael Lonis with a great jump here, able to slide right up. Robbie Milburn going to try to slot in line, but they're battling behind. The 9 of William Hess stuck to the outside. Scooby-Doo, Brian Warner Jr. sees if he can peek in there, but oh, Justin Robinson there. I did it again. I'm so used to seeing that 21. Gets a little tap, and, well, the 21 here, he washes around, and we're under caution here early at Lernerville. We see this 21 throws, late slide job, definitely there, but just loses the rear end, steps out a little bit, and, well, the 9 of William Hess just not able to check up in time. You can see the front end, I mean, it grips to the right there. He gets in the brakes, he tries, but just not enough, and at this point, you don't want to come back up in front of the field, so he's got to hit the brakes, and he does. Justin Robinson spins out and brings out caution number 1. Have to see here if the lights are still on the pace truck, so we're gonna swoop around here at least one more time before we get back going. So Michael Lonis will have control of this restart once we go back underway, and, well, you know how much of an advantage that is, getting to fire here, being the leader. You get that extra car or 2 car lengths, and, well, Robbie Milburn, that he's got to put his head down. He's got to go to work, because Michael Lonis here, he's going to take the inside on this restart. He'll have all that tack, you know, just with the way this track's set up. He'll be able to start on the bottom. He'll be able to hammer down as he rolls coming off of 4, but this time the pace truck will pull off and roll through 3 and 4 for the final time, and we're going to get set to go green here as the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. We're back underway at Lernerville Speedway. Let's go play. Michael Lonis with another big send, and right away, Scooby-Doo here. He looks to the top shelf and battle for the lead as Robbie Milburn goes down in the basement here through 3 and 4. They're side by side at the line. Advantage Michael Lonis, though, gets that momentum off the top shelf, and Brian Warner Jr. here, he looks for a little diamond line. He's trying to battle here for P2 as he looks low. Can he find traction coming off of 4? The answer is no. He's got to go back up. He's got to shut the doors. The 3 of Brock Mosky here, he's chug-a-lugging on that high side. DJ Miller in the 185 trying to get it together here as we watch Brock Mosky go up and over, and we are under caution here at Lernerville Speedway once again here. 5 laps in, 2 cautions in here. Is driver struggling right now on the slick track. Brock Mosky, this looks to be all by himself here. You know, just you enter in up high, you have trouble getting that right rear to grip. He steps over, and all of a sudden, bye-bye for the 3 of Brock Mosky. Oh, hi, Brock. Gets a good... He should have waved. He could have waved at least if he's going to park there in front of the camera. But all in all, car's rolling. Going to go into the pits here, use a quick repair, and... well, he should be fine once we get back and underway here at Lernerville. Flag standing still here. Should be getting ready to go green here, I believe. Maybe we'll go around one more time. No, those lights still are on the pace truck. Man, you know, they say I wish I was a kid again. I really don't wish I was a kid again, but I wish I had my eyesight from being a kid again. Man, that is the only thing that I am not even... well, I guess in your 30s, I guess I am maybe old to some people, but man, my eyes. Boy, I would have never guessed I'd have this much trouble seeing in my early 30s. But hey, you know, at least I still can see. Can't complain here. As we go down the backstretch for the final time here, and Michael Lonis in that 0, easy money, looks to bring us back to the green flag. As the green flag is high, it's ready to fly. 24 laps to go here. Robbie Milburn with as good of a jump here as he's had on this restart. Able to apply that pressure early, and he's got the lead going down the backstretch, but they're 3 wide coming out of 2 behind. Oh, Justin Robinson. Oh, they're 4 wide there for a little bit. Drivers keep rolling, and Robbie Milburn is the leader at the line. Michael Lonis, he's got to go back to work here. He's got to see if he can run him down. All over the back of the 80 here. Can he send it in deep going into 1? He's just going to follow him for now. But Michael Lonis, you got to think, you know, he's right behind him here. How long is he going to wait to set up the leader? Michael Lonis. There it comes. Big send into 1. Not enough here to slide it up. Gonna have to burp that throttle and slot back in line. And, you know, when you go for the big send like that, now, you know, you got to reel him back in. It's going to take a lap and a half. And, you know, Braden, I'm with you there. The cut down line, especially there coming out of 2, you know, a lot of tack there middle off. I think that cut down line could be lethal, but right now nobody really flirting with it as we sail off into 1 once again. Caution is out though on the racetrack. Justin Robinson, I believe, involved. Let's go see if we can figure out what happened to that white 21. Ooh, he just barely had a fender to the outside. DJ Miller closed the door, and that's one where, you know, you wanna make that work. But let's go on board here. Let's see, you know, how far along he was there, and just really, I mean, could DJ Miller have done anything different? He shuts it up, and yeah, I mean, Justin tried to back out of it. That's just that's tough. I mean, he was just in a bad spot coming out of the corner. He tried to do what he had to do. I mean, he played smart, even backed out of it, but still wasn't enough to save the day there. And well, we're back under caution here, and Robbie Milburn, it'll be his turn to lead us to the green flag. And well, he laid the blueprint. I mean, he kind of started ahead of Michael from what I could see on that restart. And when I say started ahead, you know, he didn't. I mean, obviously, Michael is the first person, you know, to the line. What I mean by that is he positioned himself, you know, about a quarter of a car length in front of the leader on the high side in 3 and 4. And just what that does is, you know, it kind of cancels out that initial reaction time that the leader gets from being able to start. You know, you start that little bit up, and Yeah, you may fire than him later than him, but you had that, you know, little advantage to the outside that you get to smooth it over and go on back, and that's exactly what Robbie did. I mean, he nailed that to a T. And Michael's got to see if he can dish it back out here. As the lights are off on the pace truck, so we will be going green this time by. Robbie Milburn in the 80 to the inside. Your current hard charger right now in that 038. Tyler Frankenberry's got himself up to 7th, started 11th. So we'll have to see if the 038 can continue the climb. But the green flag is high, and it's ready to fly. We're back underway. Great restart for the 80 of Robbie Milburn. Michael Lonis immediately slots up right behind him in the 9 of William Hess. He tries to go to work here. William Hess is a guy who we always see fighting for podiums in that 9, and no surprise to see him up to 3rd place here with just a little over 15 laps to go. This has got a mistake-free up on the high side. All drivers have to. There's no cushion. There's nothing to help you out up there, so you got to be smart and you got to be careful as Brian Warner Jr. gets into the front stretch wall. They're 3 wide through 1 and 2. Brock Mosky gets the worst of that there on the bottom. He really had to pinch it off. Now he drives in, gets into the side of the 33, and car goes around. No caution yet. Caution finally comes out, and, well, we saw that happen live. You know, kind of started a turn before here, but Brock Mosky overdrives a little bit and going to get into the side of the 33 of Dustin Reagan. Let's take a look here. Just wants to, you know, send it in deep, but he can't. 33's there, and, well, they give each other a hug. DJ Miller, excuse me. Yeah, DJ Miller in the 185. He gets plugged up into that. And 3 cars go around here. As we're going to change this ticker here real quick. I'd like to see. Okay, so for the 4th caution, for some reason, the NASCAR one doesn't ever want to let me know here. It just tells you how many laps to go. I was wondering what number caution that was. So 4 cautions here. We're almost at the halfway point. Remember, 30 laps here coming up. When we get the restart, we should be at 15 to go. No, Braden, I see you there. That, especially with the, well, here, let's see how we can give everyone a better view of this. Are we the 1 to green yet? I don't think we are. Oh, yeah, the lights are off on the pace truck, so we should actually be going back green, but, or no, they aren't. Okay, I guess they are still blinking. But yeah, okay, we're right on board here with Michael Lonis, and you'll just see. Now, obviously real thin, but right up here, that is where it's so important. It's not, there's still grip up there next to the wall, so, I mean, if you can drive up there, you know, take it easy up against that cushion and just make sure you're ready to throttle out coming off of the corner. You got to find that tacky patch, and we just saw Michael drive over there. The left side tires, there's a little bit of tack, and so, you know, me and Braden were talking about that cut down line. You can kind of find that there in the middle and use that to drive yourself under the guy in front of you. But we'll have to see what happens here. Halfway point, 15 to go. Robbie Milburn brings us back to the green flag. William Hess with a big send here for P2. Michael almost loses it on the top. Throttled a little hard there, trying to, you know, get back by. Almost spun it around on him, but big run here out of 2, and now he's battling for the lead. Michael Lonis to the inside through 1 and 2. Got to get back up to the top shelf here in 3 and 4. That's where you want to be. Able to do that, and, well, you see, I mean, just didn't have the entrance, you know, the entrance speed that Robbie and those other guys had from driving the top off of 2 since he threw that slider in 1 and 2. You really got to, you know, combo yourself. This is a track where it's going to take more than just 1 lap to pass a guy unless the guy in front of you makes a mistake. You really do got to set them up. I mean, you got to run high, and then just hope enough to carry momentum. Maybe slider into 1. Find that middle and, you know, just let it eat a little bit as you slide up. But who knows? Here, 11 to go. If you've got anything, you got to throw it at him because Robbie, he hasn't made a mistake out front. Smooth as silk here early on. And somebody else real smooth. We mentioned Tyler Frankenberry early on. Up 6 spots here, man. He's got himself up into the top 5 in that 038 here. But Scooby-Doo's trying to take the top 5 back, but he runs out of room and he's got to lift. Brian Warner Jr. now he's going to lose another spot to the 14 of Spencer Green. As Spencer Green takes that top shelf and he rolls right on by Scooby-Doo. You could put the top 3 under a blanket here as we're going to watch him exit 4. Look at him. Oh, right up on that outside. I mean, Michael, the highest by far out of anyone. Very close to stepping that thing over the edge. Roll through 3 and 4. Gonna have 7 laps to go this time. And Michael, man, letting it hang. And look at Frankenberry letting it hang. Those guys really letting it loose coming out of 4. Michael will catch him some laps, you know, and then loses it here back and forth. But with a caution out, oh, maybe not what Michael Lonis needed. Is starting to get into a rhythm, was reeling in your leader, and we're back under caution here once again. The 33 of Dustin Reagan brings out a caution. So not too sure right now, currently back here by himself. And just pulls over there in the infield, or on the track there, instead of going to the infield, and well, that's going to bring out a caution here, and definitely not what those drivers out front wanted to see. I mean, you know, they're not going to whine about it, but that's definitely frustrating when you're that guy out front, and you know, caution not really warranted. It's a tough break with this guy's trying to duke it out. Robbie Milburn just down there trying to flatten the inside of the track there. You're watching that thing bounce up and down. Just going down there, cooling the tires off, just chilling out, just relaxing here. As currently 2 guys are off the track, Dustin Reagan and Zach Dickey. Only 10 guys out of the original dozen here. Still out here beating it up as the pace truck's going to pull off this time. And Robbie Milburn will bring us back to the green flag in that 80 machine. As the green flag is high, it's ready to fly. We're back underway at Lernerville Speedway. Great jump by Robbie Milburn. Michael Lonis here trying to reel him back in, but that big send, William Hess is going to get momentum coming out of 2. He's going to throw a slider into 3 and 4, and he's going to shut it up on the 0 of Michael Lonis. Easy Money's got to come back with a slider of his own here. Can he get it to stick? William Hess with a good run coming out of 2. Will he try it again? The answer is no. He's going to fall back in line. 4 laps to go as we come out of turn 4. Robbie Milburn with a commanding lead, almost 3/4 of a second in that 80 machine. As we look back, Tyler Frankenberry's, you know, we've talked about him so many times. He's moved up into the top 4 now. He'd love to go get one more. The man, he really figured it out here throughout the feature. He's climbed his way on up, hasn't given up, and one more spot, he'll find himself on the podium. But he's running out of time. 2 more trips around. Robbie Milburn here. Gonna be a tough bird to run down. There's the white flag in the air. Robbie Milburn. He's got himself a 7/10 of a second lead here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just needs to make sure he keeps it on the racetrack as we go through 3 and 4 for the final time. Michael Lonis looks low, but it doesn't matter. Checkered in the air. Robbie Milburn takes the checkered flag here in feature number 1, followed by Michael Lonis, William Hess, Tyler Frankenberry, and Mason Dangerfield rounding out the top 5. Robbie Milburn there did a quick little loop, and he's going to drive it up on the hill here. Robbie Milburn gets it done in the Dirty Dozen Hometown Series here in the Pro Late Models. And, this one wasn't an easy one. He had to work for this one. So we're going to give these guys a minute or two here to catch them. We'll see if how many of them want to come up for their interviews here. Just waiting on these guys to move on up here. And trying to find us a long green flag run here for these interviews. And as soon as William Hess pops into the Discord, well, we are going to pull him up. And speaking of that, here he is. Let's hop down and talk to the man. Hey, William, Shaggy up here, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you turned it on there, man, those last couple laps, and you got into that slider battle with Michael, but just, at the end, just couldn't find it. I mean, how hard was it to make a move here with how slick this racetrack was?
Oh man, it was kind of just pure luck. You had to hope you would get a run good enough, and yeah, I threw that first slider and I just backed out of it. I'd rather finish third than end up falling off the side of the racetrack.
Yeah, that's the measurement you gotta have to make here at Lernerville. Having that no wall on the outside, man. We saw a couple guys flirt with it too high and end up going over. But William, you did the smart thing, man. You made sure you finished on the podium. And at the end of the day, that's point racing. That's smart. So great run here tonight, William. Good job on the podium. Who you want to thank?
I want to thank King's Machine Service, Peck Street Lanes, CFM Martin, Rucker Motorsports, Double Lot Dig Labs, Free Speed for helping me out with this setup here, and my old lady for tuning in, watching this thing, Michael for putting the league on, and you for streaming it.
Well, hey, hell of a job, William. How are we feeling, man, when we bust the mini stocks out here next? We got any confidence going into that?
I don't know. If it was hard to keep these things still, it's going to be a challenge to keep those things straight. So we're just going to have to go in there and figure it out.
All right, man. Well, hey, we're looking forward to a great run here tonight, and look forward to talking to you again, my man.
All righty, thank you, buddy.
And now we're gonna move on up. I see. Oh, okay. There we go. They just split up. As Michael Shaggy up here, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Well, when you go back and look at this thing, it is. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's gamesmanship, but on that restart, man, do you think you could have done anything different? I mean, it looked like right before you fired, we're looking at it now, he had you by about a quarter of a car. So right when you fire, it kind of takes that leader advantage away. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I was giving him crap. I told him he's a cheater, but it was fine. Yeah, he definitely. I mean, and then he timed it perfect, and I spun the tires. So, I mean, we're on 100% track state. So, yeah, he had. He did it the restart before, so I tried to time it, and it just came down to no matter what, he basically had me beat. So, I thought I could get him into the corner, and then when we got up into 1 and 2, I probably could have thrown something up in front of him, but there's no sense of wrecking both of us. And I mean, we still had a lot of race left. And I mean, I was definitely the faster car the majority of the race there. The last restart, I think he had a little bit better car than I did. I think I burnt my stuff up. But I was telling Robbie about every corner, I'm like, all right. I was teeing him up. I'm like, all right, it's time. Throw the slider, take the lead back. And I mean, I was way faster. Like, okay, here we go. I'm like, no, don't do it. You're gonna wreck him. And then, okay, here we go. No, don't do it. You're gonna wreck him. And then caution after caution. I'm like, all right. So yeah, and then we took the restart, and I spun the tires again because Hess got under me, so I couldn't get in that tacky stuff. And Hess threw that first slide job. I'm like, oh, buddy, please don't take us out of this. Like, you're just gonna give him the race, and me and you are racing here for second and third. So he backed off, and then we had a good finish there. But yeah, I mean, we had a super good car. I was really happy with it, and Robbie ran a good race. There was a couple of times I was just waiting for him to kind of eat it, like I said, and then I was just teeing him up, and I never took my shot. So better finish second than in the fence or down there by the boat and the bus. So.
Yeah, definitely, good run finishing second. But damn, Michael, dude, you do such a damn good job in these interviews. You did my job for me. I was gonna, talk to you about there at the end. I know you and William are good buddies, and well, with that final caution, okay, here, let's rewind a little bit. 6 to go. I talked about it on the broadcast, man. It looked like to me you were running down Robbie. I mean, that caution there towards the end, that had to be the last thing you wanted to see at that point in time.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I think the whole race, if you watch, I set my fastest lap of the race there towards the end, like 5 to go, and we were really, really good. Robbie came alive there the last 2-3 laps, but I think by that time I'd already burnt my stuff up. I was going pretty hard, but we definitely had the fastest race car on the track for majority of the race. It was just when Hess threw that slider, I'm just like, oh boy, please don't take me out of this. I know I'm still faster than he is. And then, like I said, William backed off there, and I mean, I have respect with both of these guys, Robbie and Hess, and everybody really. I mean, I've never had any problems with nobody. And like I said, when Robbie got that restart, I definitely could have threw it up there and made something more of it. But there's no, I mean, we had plenty of race left, and I definitely had a faster car. But yeah, it sucks. That's part of the cautions, but tonight was fun. 100% track state. The water trucks broke down, so we made the most of it. And I never really ever raced these slick races, so it's kind of nice to get out here and show that.
Yeah, I asked William that. How are you feeling here with the 100% track state rolling into the mini stocks, man? What do we expect? What's the confidence level?
It is what it is. The way I see it. We've won 2 in a row with that, and they're a handful. They are definitely a handful. So I'm hoping that they're going to be even more fun with all this track wear. So, but my confidence is as high as it can be. If we wreck it, we wreck it. Oh well. But I mean, the hell with it. We go have some fun, and I love them little cars. They're a blast, and it should make for some fun racing. Because, in my opinion, from what I've noticed, when you're gone, you're gone. There ain't no saving it. So the only way to save it is to downshift and lock the brakes up, and then half the time that just makes it worse. So, but yeah, we'll give her a shot.
Well, hey man, good run, Mike. P2, P2 to Robbie. That's a good run. I know you're a little frustrated. You probably could have had this one, but hey man, maybe next week. Great run in that Zero machine. Who you want to thank on that P2?
I got to thank Ghost Energy, Dice Race Designs, Majula C Speed Shop. They were top 2 tonight. Robbie's running Majula C stuff now. FML STC, Chris Ferguson, High Point. Just so many guys. True Form, iRacing Dirt Memes. Shout out to all them guys, and BCR Sim Products. And shout out to my wife Abby. And I can hear the dogs up there running amok and getting kids to bed. And here I am hiding down in my little hole. So appreciate it. And shout out to her and you for broadcasting, and the guys that come and run with us every night and tune in.
Well, hey, great job, Michael. Looking forward to this 4-cylinder, man. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Me too. Hopefully Robbie don't show up. So.
All right. Well, I'll go up here and talk to him. Good run, Mike.
Don't tell him about it. No, I'm just kidding.
Won't do.
All right. We'll see you later.
All right, Robbie. Finally made my way on up to you, man. Hopefully you aren't asleep here after that race. How you feeling after that thing, man?
It was fun. It was a good race for those guys. I will say I barely ever run the pros, so I got in here. I ran him here last week, and the track was kind of fresh. So I'm like, maybe it'll be the same thing. I saw it was 100%. I'm like, oh, okay. We need to figure this one out. And I'd say a good portion of the race I was driving the pro like a super, and might be the way I got the restart because I just kind of cruised through the slick. But and then near the end, I started pushing going into 1 and 2, and I'm like, this is a pro. I can get on the gas in this thing. And then it felt a little better. But yeah, I definitely think Michael was faster than William probably was too, to be honest. But it's just so hard to pass.
Yeah, you know, but you talked about it, you know, comparing this to that super, and man, that was the way to handle that restart because, well, if you go back on it, I picked on you a little bit. I mean, you're outside of him, you know, by like maybe a quarter of a car, but that's what you got to do, especially if I don't know if you're on a single monitor or not. You know, you let that guy fire and then you fire when he does. And you could just see him, man, lose that rear end coming up to the starter line. And I mean, you're just smooth as silk, man, right over that slick. And dude, that's what earned it to you. So great restart, man. I don't mean to cut this one too short, but we went real long in the other ones. Are you gonna join us here in the four cylinders? You gonna come out and run some hobby stocks?
Maybe. I don't know what time it is. It is 10:17. Maybe. I'm not a big fan of those. I can't drive them worth the heck, but yeah, just I am on a single monitor, so I kind of just get a little bit of a buffer. Yeah, so you get it. We're not the rich people out here with the triples and the VRs.
Yeah, doing broadcasting, it's kind of weird. I actually have double monitors. I mean, who says that? But yeah, I've got the side monitor with other stuff. But yeah, no racing involved with that.
Yep, that's where my Discord and stuff is. But yeah, other than that, just single monitor. But yeah, it was a good race. Maybe I'll give the hobby stock a shot, but I kind of want to run a pro late official. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, either way, Robbie, you know, you're one of the best in here, man. You love when you come out here and run. Yeah, I know I'm going to get a good race out of you every time. That was a great run for the 80. Way to steal that thing, man, with a smooth restart. You really earned this one. Congratulations. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Mike for putting this on. You for broadcasting, and anyone else involved, and my wife since you walk in the room for letting me race on here.
Smart man, smart man. Well, congratulations, Robbie. Looking forward to maybe seeing you here in these mini stocks. But either way, good run tonight.
Appreciate it, man.
And with that, we're going to take a real quick break here on Shaggy TV. Going to roll a little coming or be right back video just in between. We're going to switch sessions here, and then we'll be back with a little four-cylinder hobby stock action, so stick around. As we are back live on Shaggy TV for part 2 of the Hometown series, and you see Michael Lonis there go over the edge through 3 and 4, and this is going to be wild here for these 4 cylinders. This is going to be tough. They're going to be sliding all over the track. They're going to be tight. It's going to be a tight loose. I mean, good luck. I'm glad I'm not out here driving. That's for sure. So we got Justin Robinson out here. Let's watch his first lap on the track. So this is, he's got no idea what this thing feels like. Let's have some fun with him. So you see, I mean, it's so tight. He's got a crank wheel into it, and then it's so tight that it's loose. That's what I was talking about. He's got so much wheel into it that when it grabs, he loses the rear end. So it's gonna be tough out here. I mean, you're gonna have to really manipulate the car with the brakes on entry a little bit, drag it and throttle. I know Shaggy 4-cylinder. Why would you use the brakes? Well, it'll help you turn a little bit on entry. I'm telling you. Not a whole lot, just a little drag here while you're still in the gas. You know, you don't need to come out of the throttle there totally. Just a little trail braking. Currently, Michael Lonis at the top of the charts. He's got a 1809, 094 there, and then an 124 now from Hess. Is William Hess starting to figure this thing out there in that Intimidator machine. There's about 3 minutes left here in practice, so I'm just gonna sights and sounds this here for a minute or two. I'm gonna mute myself, grab a drink here. Well, I'm not gonna leave. I'll still be here. We're just gonna have a drink here and rest this lovely voice here for the racing action here. So I've been on the call tonight since about 6:30 if you go check the page. So been a busy night here for Shaggy on Shaggy TV, but man, I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I really do enjoy calling these races. They're a lot of fun. It's Tyler Frankenberry in that 038. Remember, they are running on this 100% track state here this evening, so you're not really going to see lap times deteriorate that much. I mean, you will as their tires wear. You know, they'll start to actually lose grip, but as we saw Michael I think he was headhunting there, having some fun. It sounded like it anyways in that 5. But, yeah, these guys, you can go out here, reset the car here. If you're thinking, if you think you figured something out here, go get on a new set of tires, and you still can put down a quick lap. So it's not like other sessions normally where, the laps will naturally deteriorate over time. You'll be able to pick up on the pace here fairly easy if you figure out how to manipulate the car. Right around 15 seconds here about. You see the timer. And we'll get ready to roll in as Michael Lonis. And let's go see who they're... somebody's up there demo derbying. Fantastic. Lost the front bumper on that 5 already. Let's get a good view of it. This man, that looked like my Chevy Cavalier when I was... 13 years old, my first race car. Just having the normal metal bumper on the front with the bumper cover off. That was great. Here's, we should roll into qualifying, and then, well, after qualifying, we're going to have I believe, a 30-lap feature here at Lernerville. Michael Onus, the first car out on track. As we'll have to see what lap times look like. This lap won't count, as you know, they pull out right in front of the starter stand, so we're gonna move to this side ticker. I prefer this one a lot more for qualifying. It's a lot easier for me to follow here. As we'll see the lap times start to roll in. We'll see who's at the top of the charts right now. It is Michael Lonis, Brian Warner Jr. P2, Frankenberry third, and this man Mason Dangerfield P4. Is Michael Lonis purple sector 1 right now. Yellow sector 2 is going to improve, though, that lap time just a little bit, and Michael Lonis digs his jaws a little deeper here into that pole. Michael Lonis green through sector 1. Yellow through sector 2. He's not going to improve. Brian Warner Jr., though, purple. Oh, and then a little slow in sector 2. Warner Jr., old Scooby-Doo, he's going to have to take P3. Here's Frankenberry. He took P2. Justin Robinson still out here. Or is he actually, he pulls off. William Hess, though, purple sector 1, green sector 2. What do we see? We have a new pole sitter in the 3. William Hess here. Man, the Intimidator, he's looking down. He's smiling right now. I mean, I doubt it, but boy, wouldn't that be great? If, you know, Dale Earnhardt up in heaven is a subscriber to Shaggy TV. And, man, William Hess there with an identical lap here. Purple sector 1. Right up on that outside, man. He's letting it go. Let's see what happens here. 18.079. Oh, wait. No, that was his lap before the 079. I looked at that wrong. Slower, so that's not gonna improve. And William Hess, I don't believe this lap actually counts for him. I think he's just putting in track time. Same for Robbie Milburn here in the 80. Robbie did make the show. He was thinking about going and running some officials, but the 80 decided to show up here, and glad to see Robbie Milburn back out here with us. And Robbie, you know, didn't put any practice laps in. He joined kind of late, so just going to go out here, use the rest of qualifying as a practice session, I would imagine. As I say that, going to pull off here. So everybody's done qualifying, and we'll get set for tonight's feature event here. As we'll wait, there we go. We do get a starting grid here. You see there, starting on the pole, the 9 of William Hess. And to his outside, easy money, Michael Lonis. Inside of row number 2, that 80 machine of Robbie Milburn. And to his outside, the 038 of Tyler Frankenberry. Scooby-Doo to the inside of row number 3, Brian Warner Jr. in the 57. And to his outside, the 1 of Mason Dangerfield. Inside of row number 4, the 21 of Justin Robinson, and to his outside in the 185, DJ Miller. Rounding out the field this evening in that number 3, Brock Mosky. As we get ready for tonight's feature. Oh, I thought this was 30. It looks like it may just be a 20-lapper here. Okay, so only 20 laps. My apologies there. It should be a good one here. These guys been known for their green flag runs here in the hobby stocks, so have to see if they can do it once again here for us at Lernerville. As we come out of turn 4, there we go, the pace truck lights are off, and we are going to get set to go green, this time by 20 laps around the Lernerville Speedway. Can Michael Lonis get 3 in a row here in the hobby stocks, or can William Hess upset him here and steal the show? We've got 20 laps to figure it out here at Lernerville Speedway as we roll through 3 and 4. The green flag is high. It's ready to fly. Let's go play in the clay at Lernerville Speedway. The hobby stocks are underway. William Hess trying to park that thing up in front of Michael Lonis. No luck. Michael Lonis, advantage on the top shelf. He prevails. Tyler Frankenberry with the battle for the middle podium spot. He loses the rear end coming off at 2, and now he's got to try to smooth it out and run those guys back down as we're 3 wide behind. Mason Dangerfield to the outside. Car around. Caution is out. That's William Hess. What happened to our driver in P2 here? Caution is out. So William Hess here runs 1 and 2. Oh, Michael gets a little loose, fishtails down into the 3, and well, William Hess, man, he finds himself at the tail end of the field here, and it is going to be tough to march his way back through. Now Tyler Frankenberry, he was the hard charger in the late models. He finds himself in P2. He'd love to go battle for a lead here. As the lights are still on the pace truck, so we're going to do at least one more trip around here. I believe the lights should go off here this time by, as Brock Mosky jumps the cushion. Here going slow. Lights are off on the pace truck, and well, we are set to go green this time by. Michael Lonis there. Got a little loose coming out of 2, and at the same time, William Hess coming up the track, and William Hess goes around in front of the field, but Michael Lonis able to stay up front, needs to nail this restart here as he does get a good jump, able to slide up in front, but here comes Tyler Frankenberry. Not going to park it up in front of him, though. Michael Lonis floats over the edge down the backstretch, and we got a battle for the lead. Frankenberry leaves him a lane. That's all Michael Lonis needs, and he holds onto that front spot for now. The 038 with a big send here. Michael's got a counter back. We're side by side. Michael's got him clear going into 3. Michael Lonis playing defense as well as he can here. Tyler Frankenberry with a little hiccup. Now he's got to smooth it out here. He's got his work cut out for him if he wants to run down the leader. Mason Dangerfield always runs hard in that Viagra machine. Started 6th, up 2 spots, but looks like the caution is back out. Not too sure what happened. William Hess and Brock Mosky. William Hess, you know, he's got to be aggressive. He's trying to drive his way back up through the field. Let's see what happens. So, oh, totally unrelated here. Let's see. I was focused on Mosky going over the top. Now, let's see. DJ floats up a little bit. That's kind of just 2 guys fighting for the same real estate. I mean, Hess may not be happy, but you know that's two guys just racing for the same spot. As William Hess goes in there, gets a quick repair. I believe DJ Miller did as well, so William Hess may possibly be able to get that spot back in front of DJ Miller, beating him off pit road and getting in line. As Tyler Frankenberry making it interesting here with those early slide jobs, putting the pressure on Michael Lonis. But when we got back to rolling, it seemed like Michael, the car that should be out front, seems smooth, seems quick here. But only 5 laps in, 2 cautions already. Gonna have to smooth it out here. Still a long way to go here at Lernerville. At the Lernerville Speedway, excuse me. I should have, you know what? That bugs me that I didn't do that. We're going to change that. As the green flag is high, it's ready to fly. We're back underway at Lernerville. Oh, Michael Lonis with a hiccup. Caution back out already. We saw him get a little bit loose, seen him get a little sideways. Let's see what happened. So not too sure if maybe they blew this caution saying that, you know, the 038 maybe jumped it. I'm not too sure. I'm not privy to race communications. But it looks like to me they possibly jumped the start here, and then Michael Lonis just a culprit of an accident here after the yellow comes out. Well, Michael Lonis, he's got to pull that 5 down pit road, and we'll have to see who inherits the lead now. I believe it is the 038 of Tyler Frankenberry finds himself up front. And man, trouble all around the racetrack. Not too sure how they're going to end up gridding up here when we do end up lining up. If they're going to give Michael a spot back. Looks like that's a possibility here. As Michael is getting his spot back here. Cool that they did that. A little surprising, though, after the quick repair. You know, after going in and getting work done on the car, I'm a little surprised. But I get it. I totally understand it here. But as we roll down the backstretch for the final time, we should be getting set here to take the green flag. As the green flag is high, it's ready to fly. 15 laps to go here at the Lernerville Speedway. Tyler Frankenberry trying to mount that charge, but battling for third here as Mason Dangerfield tries to make room and peek to the outside of Robbie Milburn. Robbie, though, able to get up top here, shut the door, and first battle on the track here is for 5th. We have Scooby-Doo down there on the bottom. He's trying to get up in front of Justin Robinson. He's got it going down the backstretch, but he's got to find a way to get up top. That's the place to be. Not able to do it through 3 and 4. William Hess gets into the back of Justin Robinson. He goes around. No caution. Now we do get a caution. And this is one where, you know, I don't like when drivers get mad at me or anything, but I normally, you know, I'm one of those guys. I call a spade here. Let's see. We've got to go back a little bit. This happened before the caution. Now we're gonna rewind it here, so ignore this. But you know, Get a big run on a guy going into the corner. I mean, you see him there. Maybe you're a little faster. You know you should be towards the front, but... And you get that run. And, I mean, we hear the throttle a couple times. I don't know about that one. You know, maybe tried to stay off of him, but that's a tough one. You never want to be that guy moving people out of the way, but that's a tough one. These cars don't have a lot of speed. Long way to go here, so settle down here, boys. We should have, what, 12 to go here when we take the green flag, so plenty of time to get a pass done, and, you know, plenty of time for the guy in front of you to make a mistake here. So you got to show some patience and got to try to get this thing through to the end here as we roll through 3 and 4. The green flag is high. Michael Lonis set to bring us back to the green flag. 12 more laps to go at the Lernerville Speedway. Oh, they're 3 wide already. Back there in the backs. I believe that was William Hess goes around. No caution. Doesn't look like we're going to have one here. Is able to continue, but we got a battle for the lead. Frankenberry sends it in. Michael Lonis able to carry the momentum around the top shelf. Tyler running as high as he can over there in 3 and 4, and, well, he steps over the edge, and we're back under caution here again at the Lernerville Speedway. As you see there, 5th caution here, and only 10 laps, so we're only averaging 2 laps here per caution, so a lot of left here. Gotta stick to a green flag run here if you want to give these guys a chance to battle and move on up through the field. Just haven't really seen that play out here yet. As seeing drivers right now, they gotta wait for the pace truck to come around here. Roll around here under pace speeds here at the Lernerville Speedway, and gives these drivers a chance to think about all the bad things they've done, how bad they are, and, well, what they can do to correct themselves here is still not, you know, we'll get to the halfway point here when we take the green flag, so there's plenty of time to make up for those mistakes and to try to get back into it here, so can't hang the hat just yet. You gotta plug away and gotta try to keep that chin up here. As the lights are off, so we should go back racing here this time. As the green flag is high, it's ready to fly. Michael Lonis brings us back to the green flag. We're halfway, 10 laps to go. They are 3, almost 4 wide here through 1 and 2. We're hoping this works, but I'm not going to hold my breath. As they're 3 wide in the back, Robbie Milburn tries to make a run here on the bottom, but man, oh man, 4 wide. 2 guys down into the infield, and we'll have to see here. We got a car on its side, and we are back under caution here once again at the Lernerville Speedway. Take a look here. I mean, they're 3 wide. You got DJ on the bottom. Well, we clicked the wrong button. We wanted to play that normal speed, and then, or I mean, in quarter speed, and I clicked fast forward. My apologies. So we're seeing right now Tyler Frankenberry, he gets a big run. He tries to shove it down there as DJ's coming back up. They're fighting for the same ground. And well, DJ hard into the inside wall. And I think Tyler, he was at the point where he was just going to slam that wall as hard as he could in the 038. There wasn't really an attempt not to. And we're back under caution again. As the late model's pretty clean, but man, oh man, this thing, they can't stay green right now to save their lives. So right now, anybody could win this thing. It's just a case of survival. There's still some time here left to go, and I mean, definitely as we've seen, time enough time for the driver in front of you to make a mistake here. Is still not going back green just yet here. As we're wrecking under caution. And the lights were off there on the pace car, but now they're back on. And I think it may have been a car sitting up in the top of the racetrack. iRacing doesn't like that, and we're going to go around one more time. And if this car comes to a stop on the outside, we're going to go around again one more time. So DJ, keep rolling. Thank you. As Michael Lone is set to bring us back to the green flag here. And the lights are back on here. We'll see if we can finish this thing under green flag conditions here. Come back to 8 laps to go. Pretty late here on the East Coast. Going to be pushing 11 o'clock here. So the green flag is high. It's ready to fly. We're back underway. Michael Lonis leads us to the green flag. 8 more laps to go. Brian Warner Jr. trying to take a peek under Brock Mosky here, battling for that final step of the podium. Have to see what he does as he drives into 3 and 4. He's going to leave him a lane, camp it in the middle, and we got 1 down in the books, 7 to go. As you see Mason Dangerfield, he's trying to get that bottom to work in that 6 machine, but just can't get it to work, and gives up a spot to William Hess in that 3. William doing such a good job of rolling that outside, but got to think just maybe not enough time to get up there and go play with the leaders as Brock Mosky makes contact with Brian Warner Jr. Brian Warner keeps it straight here after he gets into the inside wall. But he's not going to be a happy camper. William Hess, though, moves back up into P3, and we're under caution again here. Not sure if this is the caution or not. I believe it is. Yeah, I believe they just threw that for him going over the edge there, so. Not too sure there if that was an iRacing one or what the deal was, because I didn't get a link here. for the accident. Normally when it's iRacing that throws it, I'll get a button, so not going to be much help on that caution here. The lights are off on the pace truck, so we're going to go green this time by. Should have 4 more laps to go here at the Lernerville Speedway. As the green flag is high, it's ready to fly. We're back underway. There's 4 laps to go. Let's keep this thing green here. Rolling through 3 and 4. It's going to be real tough to run down that leader, but the only chance we do is if we stay green, and I don't think we're going to stay green now. Alrighty, let's go back and see if we can try and diagnose what happened here. So it had already happened at that point in time. Let's see here. Right, so I believe it starts here with Justin, or no, it doesn't. Frankenberry gets in the wall ahead of him. So we're going to rewind this. So the 038 here, he just steps over the cushion, gets into the outside wall and bounces back down, and man, those guys know where to go. Lights are off on the pace truck, so we should go back racing here, and I believe we'll have 3 to go when we go back racing. Or 2 laps to go, excuse me. 2 laps to go here when we go back. There's a green-white checkered here. Can Robbie Milburn go run down Michael Lonis? Well, we're under caution again. There's Mason Dangerfield. Let's see what happened here. I believe... Now, let's see here. I could be wrong. But single file restart, you're not supposed to pass low before the start finish line, so he's going to get a penalty for that anyways. And then, you know, tries to fit back in line and back under caution here again. Is here 9th caution in 18 laps, so do the math there. We're doing a little eye pacing here tonight. As if you're still here, we appreciate you sticking around for this one. As hopefully these last 2 laps we can give you a good clean show here, good battle for the front. As Michael Lonis looks to bring us to the green flag for our second green-white checkered attempt here. Oh, Brock Mosky almost goes over the edge, and, well, he goes around, and I don't think I need to say it. You probably know what's out there again. As I believe, okay, they had 2 attempts at a green-white checkered, so this thing, or I don't know if this thing is over yet or not. We'll have to see here. I do believe they took the white flag. Let's see. I sit here. We'll see if we get a checkered flag before we go back and look at that caution here. I mean, I don't really think we need to. We saw what happened. I'd called it. I saw him driving deep there to 1-2. Brock just stepped over the edge and spun out here. I have to see. No checkered flag, so may not be finished just yet. I'm kind of anxious to see what happens here. I can't, because we saw that it says final lap. I don't know if whenever we go back green, if it's going to give us the checkered flag. This is something I'm not very familiar with. This is throwing me off. Never really seen it hop back and forth like that. So we are in for the same surprise here as the pace truck pulls off. Not sure if we're going to get the checkered flag. Not sure if we're going to have a 1-lap shootout. I have no idea. But for now, the green flag is in the air. We're back underway. So a 1-lap shootout here is what I'm seeing. Is slider for William Hess there. As he tries to take that middle podium spot. Will we go through 3 and 4 for the final time, and Michael Lonis gets number 3 in a row here. Michael Lonis, Robbie Milburn, and Brian Warner Jr. bring home the podium. There's no other way to say it here. As we do these interviews, I'm probably not going to be clicking back and forth here trying to show you green flag racing. We're just going to let them roll. I mean, we know what happened here. We can sweep it under the rug and, we can try to move on to next week. Because this is one, Michael, I mean, he's going to be happy with the win. But he's going to wish it would have come in a much smoother manner, I can imagine here. As we'll give these guys a minute or two to catch their breath here, and we'll bring up that 57 of Scooby-Doo Brian Warner Jr. whenever he gets on up here to the interview room. And it looks like he just made his way on up here, so we'll hop up, get a word with him. Hey, Scooby-Doo, Brian, you got a copy, man?
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Well, hey, man, quite the eventful race. Not a lot of green flag action here, but talk to us about the track. I mean, how hard was it to get around?
If you could run a good line without slipping up, oh, you had it made. It was super slick. Like you couldn't go in there as hard as you wanted to, because you could go over the edge very easily.
Well, Brian, you did a good job of keeping that thing on the track tonight. And, through a war of attrition here, man, you managed to find yourself on that bottom step of the podium. So great run here, Brian. Who you want to thank?
Recycling, Fusion, Setup Shop, Mike Lonis for putting on these races, you for putting on the broadcast.
Well, hey, hell of a job here, Brian. Look forward to a lot more of these this season, man. Good run.
Yep.
And now we're going to move up here and get a word with our second place finisher, Robbie Milburn. Well, Robbie, man, not a lot of green flag action in this one, but you're able to get your way on up to P2. How you feel after that one?
I mean, I'm just happy to stay on the track. I'm not gonna lie. The first time I drove on this track in this car was in qualifying, and I don't know if you've driven these or if any of the viewers have driven these, but golly, you have to turn the wheel so much. You have no feeling at all in it. I hate it.
Oh, yeah, man. I was trying to describe it. It's like, actually, I talked about how you didn't get any practice. And when you took those extra laps in qualifying, we rode on board with you. And, you got to give it so much wheel. And then you get about 3/4 through the corner and it finally catches. And then that rear end wants to give out on you. So, man, it's such a tough line, and it's really tough to walk. And to see you do it and not go over the edge, that was a pretty good job out of you and Mike, two of the only guys to really not make a mistake here tonight. So good run, Robbie. You get to back up that win here with a P2. Got to feel good, man. Who you want to thank?
Yeah, it was good. As much as I say I hate it, I wouldn't mind doing it again. It's kind of fun at the end. I'd like to have a shot at Mike, but I don't think I had anything for him. If we could get green, I think he'd just pull away from me. And one thing that we didn't touch on in my racewing interview earlier was I was joking with Mike. I saw he set the fast lap in the late model, and I'm like, okay, I heard, you're doing great by your spotter, the whole spiel. I'm like, oh, cool, we got 5 to go. I felt like we rode around a couple more laps, and I'm like, okay, it has to be like 2 to go, 3 to go. And I saw he set the fastest lap, and I'm like, okay, I can just cruise. So I'm just kind of like going lower, cruising. I look down, I'm like, how is there still 4 laps left? So then I got back on it. So that's something that happened there. And as far as this one, iRacing for putting these cuss word cars on here. They're sometimes fun, I guess. Lonus for putting this deal on, everyone for coming out and running it. For what it was, it's pretty fun, and as always, you for broadcasting. You always do a great job.
Well, hey, great job, Robbie, man. Good double podium here tonight. That's something good to hang your hat on, and man, hopefully you can carry the momentum into that Thursday night deal here. Good luck, brother.
Appreciate it. See you then.
We're going to move on up here to tonight's winner. 3 in a row for the man in the 5. Michael, probably not the way you envisioned this one going, but hey, man, you'll take that checkered flag nonetheless.
Yeah, when it finally flew, man, that was a long ass race trying to finish that out. But yeah, it took a long time. We had a lot of cautions tonight. I figured it would happen with the track being the way it is, but yeah, I was dreading every single one of them. It just takes one screw up on a start, or once we got single file, I was fine. But yeah, happy to see that one over with. I had to work for that one.
Yeah, we're watching right now at a couple of those restarts, man. You had your hands full with that 038. I mean, how much fun was it throwing those sliders back and forth with Tyler? I mean, here at one point we see he even kind of pushed you off. You go over the edge on the backstretch, but man, you stayed hammered down and you threw it in there to 3 and 4 and you made a lane. That was a good move.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna be. I wasn't gonna give up that easy, but we're in Discord together. Tyler's one of my good friends on here, and we were both laughing, and I'm like, car high, and he's like, my bad. He's like, I'm gonna send it again. I'm like, all right. And then, like I said, we got in the corner and it worked out. But yeah, it was fun. It was sketchy there for a second, and then once he got shuffled back and Robbie took second or whoever it was, and then like I said, once we got to the point where we were single file, I felt a lot better. But it's just so easy to I actually shift in these things on the starts, and it seems to help. But if you miss that shift, if somebody's talking or something, all you got to go off of is that little light. So I tried to hit it, and yeah, worked out well.
Well, man, these things with the slider battles you and Tyler had, I mean, you guys proved how much fun these can be and how racy these can be. And, as we progress throughout the season, people figure this thing out a little more. I expect the racing to really improve. But Mike, man, you put on a good show here tonight, and the green flag laps we did have, man, you drove your ass off out front and you had to work for it. So congratulations. 3 in a row, boss. Who you want to thank?
I got to thank Ghost and Black Skull, High Point, I Race Dirt Memes, Dice Race Designs, Chris Ferguson and Majula C. Obviously, they don't have any setups here, but all my buddies that I get to race with and all that. I mean, that's what it's all about for me. And just we had another friend of mine, Bo, in the Discord tonight, and it was just fun, talking to him. And he always has a good vibe in the Discord, and me and him's great friends. But yeah, just having fun. Thank all my buddies for racing with me, and thank my wife again for. I got a text message in between races saying I was being too loud, so.
I have gotten those before.
Yeah, so but shout out to her, shout out to all my guys and everybody who tunes in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Well, hey, hell of a job, Mike. Can't wait to call next week. It's always a good one. Appreciate you for having me, and man, congratulations, 3 in a row. We know how hard that is to do.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
And with that here, we're going to call it a night here on Shaggy TV. But, Michael, like I said there, man, 3 in a row, and I didn't. Terrible job here. I'm a little late, but we see that checkered flag flying. That was the checkered flag. And Brock Mosky going around here getting the checkers. But all in all, a pretty good race here with the Dirty Dozen Hometown Series at Lernerville. A couple cautions in this last one, you could say. But, man, that first one, that was a real barn burner in those late models. Great race, and look forward to seeing you guys tune in with me here every Tuesday night at 9:30 for the Dirty Dozen Hometown Series. I'm going to sign off, but behalf of everybody here in the Dirty Dozen Series, I'd like to thank you for tuning in. I'm Zach Chapman with Shaggy TV. Have a good evening.